All right, and we are going live. Amy and Jen. Good morning, Amy.
Yay. Good morning. Good morning, Jen. How are you?
I'm good. I'm Jen Swift of Well Crafted Studio, and you are.
I'm Amy Romeo of Amy Romeo Crafts. Yeah,
And we are super excited to actually be here today with you guys for a little bit.
I am too. Let me turn down my little video there. Yay. How is
Yeah, we
everyone
have.
doing today? Let's see. Debbie says good morning from New Jersey. Jill says good morning. Hi, PD. Hi, Barbara. Kathy C. Look at all our friends.
Yay!
Trisha, Kathy Evans, Kathy Chambers, all the Kathys.
That's pretty impressive because I actually didn't promote this at all. So
Yeah,
it's like a surprise unless people know that we're here every Wednesday.
I know. Well, those are our legit crafting friends.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I
So,
cut you off earlier. What were you going to say?
well, actually I was just thinking that I'm glad we're doing this because you and I haven't actually had a chance to talk this last week.
Really? I feel like we have.
I don't think so, maybe. But yeah,
Sounds
we
like
were on the during the summit. We were on a 3 day a week thing and cutting that back now. So it's been a crazy week for me at least. I'm happy to be here.
well, we still text every day.
Well, there's
I
that.
don't know
Yeah,
what I would do without a text from you. I would think something terrible had happened.
it's true.
So,
Um, I do. I look for yours as well in the morning because Amy's usually up
yay.
way earlier than me. So
I am. I am. I'm crazy like that.
yep.
And then I get cranky for waking up so early, and I think, why did I do that?
Well, and then you go home or go to bed earlier too. So
Yes, true.
my hair is
Yay.
like all over the place today. I don't know what happened.
Your hair looks fine. I don't know why you keep saying that. Martha says good morning. Melinda says good morning. Paulette is here. Hi, Roseanne. Hi, Maria. Maria says she's been having a crazy week too, so she can relate.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? So I was actually thinking that I wanted to just mention this really quick because people when they see us, they see our projects over and over and over again. We're posting projects that we did, and some of the projects they haven't seen before, so they look new, but they're actually projects
Hmm.
that we've done, over the last several years. And we're just kind of like sharing it because it's a special occasion that it works again.
Yeah,
I think it looks like we're doing a lot more than we are in a week. Like for
yeah.
instance, this last week, I've just been like so unmotivated. I've every once in a while I lose my craft mojo. And so then I have to kind of think about like a reason or give myself a deadline for a project so that I can go ahead and make sure that I'm doing it. Because
Hmm.
if I stop, then it's hard to do start again, and then I feel sad.
It is. It is. And then sometimes we're working on things that are in the future, so it looks like we're not doing anything, but really we're doing a lot. You haven't seen it yet.
And
So
that's how
that
your
always
week has
is,
gone, correct?
yes, that is how my week has gone. So it looks like I'm not doing anything,
You can't
but
give
I'm
us like
doing
a
stuff.
little. You can't give us like a little sneak peek. Just a little like,
Um,
oh
no, no,
no,
I
just
don't have
not
a
ready for
sneak.
that
I don't
yet.
have a sneak peek. Well, I sent an email yesterday and sort of said that I'm working on something fun and summery, and those are two key words, summer and fun.
Summer
But that's all I
fun.
got.
So if I
Yes.
think of summer fun, that's my
Uh-huh.
clue.
Yeah,
Kathy
pretty
says,
much.
"How is it Wednesday already?" Oh, and Martha wants to know if everyone is loving the gnomes.
I am loving the gnomes. Did you see the baseball gnomes?
I
That was
did, and I
yesterday. They
thought,
were
that's not my
so,
thing, but that's Amy's thing. I bet you Amy's
oh
like
yeah,
girl, like girl
they
screaming.
were so cute. Yep. And then Sarah made a cute like pun about, or let her know if the gnomes are a home run. I thought that was really funny. That made me laugh.
Baseball
I
geek.
was like, baseball puns. It was
Yep.
funny. Yeah, Kathy said she just didn't have time to post her favorite project. Well, there's still time, right? Oh, that's right. For our post your favorite project. Let's
Challenge.
see. Challenge. Yes.
Yep. And we do have another challenge that we can talk about like later in the broadcast. Is
Okay.
this a broadcast? Later in the actual live here. So we have
This
a
is a
challenge for next
broadcast.
week.
This is
I
fancy,
didn't know
y'all.
what
This is
to
a
call
broadcast.
it. Live
Okay.
show. I guess I
That's
was probably showing my age there in that one. Yeah, I want to know
that
what
says
people's favorite gnome has been so far.
So Kim says she's hoping for a cat one. That would be really cute. A cat gnome. Sarah's so good at like doing all the animals and all the holidays and everything, all the dogs. And I'm sure she has cats, but maybe she hasn't put a cat and a gnome together.
Yeah, I
Martha
have
says she's not a gnome person, but her daughter is.
it's I I go through I'm pretty like what do you call it? Malleable, like as far
Hmm.
as trends come. So it's like I'll start to see a trend and then I get really excited. So it's like gnomes were like, oh, but then like probably like 4 or 5 years ago we started seeing like gnomes here and there.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty good at spotting trends just because I start to get excited about them. And
Hmm.
so that's when we did our first gnome group
Hmm.
project. It was almost
Right.
like a blog hop, but for gnomes, and that's actually how I met a lot of my friends, blogging
Yeah,
friends.
that's true. Yeah,
But
Corey said she loved the baseball one. Kathy liked the coffee one. That one was so stinking cute.
so
Martha
today's
liked
is
the
a
dog
rainbow
one.
gnome.
Oh yeah, I like those.
Well,
I
in
like those a lot.
child of the '70s, like I had rainbows and
Hmm.
everything, so I just always still like rainbows whenever I see them. But
Yep. I'm still obsessed with the Mrs. Grossman stickers. Do you remember those?
uh-uh.
Mrs. Grossman. Remember there was Lisa Frank, and so Lisa Frank
Well,
was like
yeah,
the stickers. Yeah, all the
she was
like
like,
rainbows
yeah,
and unicorns.
hers
Mrs.
are
Grossman
fairly
was like
like you kind of want like hers are fairly psychedelic and a little bit
they were.
LSD-ish. They're like,
And then
whoa.
the Mrs. Grossman ones, like the designs were very clean. And it's funny because it's kind of more like my personal style now, where it's like shapes and it's clean and the colors are separated and there's lines and stuff. But I loved her stickers.
I
Or
kind
the
of think I
Lisa Frank
remember
ones.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa Frank was more like clouds and rainbows and it's a unicorn and it's stars and there's a
Yeah,
cat.
they actually had like rolls of stickers so my mom was a teacher, so we'd go to St. Paul Book and Stationery and buy
Hmm.
teacher supplies, and then they had like walls of stickers. So like sticker rolls, where you could just go and peel off
Yeah,
take a sticker.
that's awesome.
God, I kind of wanted to make one of those now.
I
A
remember those.
roll
Oh
of
man.
stickers.
I remember
Yep.
the stationery stores. Oh, that was like my favorite thing. School supplies. I loved all
Yep.
that stuff.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, actually, so just to throw out a little plug for myself, I actually have a tutorial on making '80s name stickers. Because did you have those, the ones with your name on
yes.
them?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were like
Yeah.
holographic and stuff. So actually, it's
Uh-huh.
how to create holographic stickers, but it's also using those names. And so I actually kind of made them look a little Lisa Frankish, except I added a dancing gnome design.
Oh, cute.
So people can go ahead and grab those, the actual stickers, and put their own names on it and create a design
Uh-huh.
space. Or they can go ahead and I show in the tutorial how to actually create them using the stamp set that I created. So it's got the stamp set has a unicorn and it has the
Uh-huh.
dancing gnome and yeah, hearts. It's very
That's so
80s.
cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Kathy C says, "Is there a gnome and a squirrel?" I don't know. I'm sure Sarah has a squirrel because she has all kinds of animals. She's got eagles and birds. And oh, see, Martha remembers the Mrs. Grossman stickers.
Oh, and they even
Let's
remember St.
see.
Paul Book and Stationery. Yep.
Oh, isn't that funny? Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, the smell of new school supplies, Corey. 100%. 100%. Love
Yeah.
those.
So actually, that's actually a really good segue to something that I thought we could talk about today, which is
Oh, tell me.
adhesives. Adhesives.
Oh,
Amy's like, we're gonna
Wayne.
go along. We have to make sure we like time Jen's
Really? Adhesives? It's a
adhesive.
sexy topic, Jen. Okay.
Okay,
Adhesives.
so
Okay.
check out
All
my.
right.
This is my adhesives bin.
Wait. What? You have a
It's an
bin?
I do. So like one of my first things when I first like moved out on my own was I created a crafts closet in my apartment,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and I got the idea of like labeling things. So I had like my
Uh-huh.
cutting tools, and I
Ooh.
think I call it mark making supplies because I still have here. And then I
Uh-huh.
had adhesives, and I was like so pleased with myself. It was really ridiculous.
Nice. Nice.
So
Oh
I
my
still
goodness.
have adhesive bin.
I love that. Okay.
So yeah. So we're actually
It's just
gonna do.
a little bit weird, but it's okay. It's
So
okay.
I would like to know what people like more. What kind of adhesives are their favorites? Because honestly, tape, glue, hot glue, spray adhesive, the little foam things. Like I love it
Hmm.
all. I like sit there before, and I will sit there and try to read about. I am not a chemistry person, but I have sat and tried to like read about how they came up with like the Post-it glue, because it's like
Uh-huh.
sticky but not too sticky.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Uh-huh.
it's like
Uh-huh.
just kind of fascinating, like how they come up with this
Hmm.
stuff. You're not fascinated? Not at all. No. And like, okay, so this week, this is part of what brought it up
This week.
is
Uh-huh.
you lost your thing. I did too.
Uh-huh.
This week, I went to Hobby Lobby and got floral glue. Now, you guys may not realize the floral glue, because you can get like little pellets, and then you get this little glue pot,
Uh-huh.
and then it melts the floral glue, and then it like when you cool it, like turn it off, it like this way you can dip the flowers in the
I've
glue
seen
and
that,
then
yeah.
stick it into the corsage. So I used to
Is that
like
Surebonder? Is that a Surebonder one?
it is actually, yeah.
Yeah. I know my
So that
craft
was
logos.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to have a really big one that was like a little pan,
Hmm.
and that was actually Oasis was the brand that I used when I was a floral person. But anyways, what's cool about this glue is that it's like floral glue is that you can use it for dried arrangements or like Christmas wreaths, and if it gets cold, it won't
Hmm.
crack. You know, like some hot glues will
Oh.
like cut, like after they get cold, they won't stick anymore. This one
Hmm.
does. So I've
Wow.
used it
That
like
just looks like chopped up. Is it chopped up glue sticks?
yeah,
Kind of.
pretty much.
Oh,
But it
cool.
makes it easier to melt, in a pan.
Yeah, yeah. I got you.
So anyways, that
That's
just kind of
cool.
got me thinking about like, how cool adhesives were. So like, did you know that with floral tape, you probably did know this, that in order to actually like use
I'm
it,
just
you have
trying
to
not to
stretch it.
laugh through this. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need
What?
to,
I told you I was going to talk about adhesives.
I need someone to make a poll. I need a poll, which is who is team Blue Geeks and who is team what the heck? Because I
This isn't normal. Like normal
team Blue
people
Geeks.
don't do this. Because I thought like it was
No,
like a
but
normal crafter thing.
I'm
Like
I'm
we all
I'm
have
just,
our
I'm
favorite
just gonna
glues.
try. I'm gonna try and just keep it together. Okay.
All right. Well, now I'm just gonna like not because I was gonna
No,
because
no, no, no.
no like
I wanna know. I'm sure everyone wants to know.
I
We
don't think
we
everybody
look,
does want to know now. I was thinking everybody did
Kathy
want to
T.
know, but maybe they don't.
No, Kathy T is with you. She is Team Glue Geek. Sorry, Kathy. I'm assigning you a team. Okay. We were talking about baseball. Everyone's on a team. Linda uses a lot of glue. I don't know if that makes her a glue geek, but all right. Let's see. All right.
Honestly, I just think it's a
Kathy
little
made a joke.
fascinating. Did
Okay,
she?
Oh, yes. Team what the heck? Team Yes, I love this poll. I'm gonna vote. I'm voting. Okay, I'm ready. I'm sorry. So show me all your glues, and I'm gonna try really hard not to laugh because I love this. So can I just tell you, I have a box that's called glue in my craft room,
Not
and the only
adhesives?
thing I have in there, the only thing I have in there is like glue, and then I have the hot glue somewhere else, and then I have the tape dots
Hmm.
somewhere else. So you're blowing my mind right now, telling me I can put all those things in one box and label it adhesives.
Okay, so I know you have to use E6000 with the
I
jewelry
do
because
use E6000.
that's like
Yeah.
the ultimate jewelry glue.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly, I don't use a ton of it because when I'm gluing faux leather, I don't use it to glue faux leather, but I do have some.
okay. Because I mean, I
So
use
yeah,
it for metal and ceramics, and because it does multiple surfaces and stuff,
yeah,
and wood and whatnot. But I like to
yes,
buy it in the little, because I don't use it a ton, so I like to buy it in the little sizes, because otherwise it
yeah,
kind of tends to, like, be hard to use.
I agree. Oh my gosh, the glue geeks are winning.
Haha.
79%. 79% of
Go
of our
team,
friends are glue
go!
geeks. All right, I'm here for it. So show me what else you got in your adhesive. Now we only have an hour, okay, Jen?
Well,
So keep that in mind when you're going
well,
through
so
your
I think
adhesive.
I'll actually probably wrap it up now, but yeah,
No, show me some adhesives. I
okay, do you
want
want
to
to see?
see.
Okay, so this is one that's, okay, so I have PVA.
What's that? PVA. Okay.
So
So
it's
that looks like white glue to me, but
well, it kind of is, but it's
okay.
polyvinyl adhesive, And what it
Uh-huh.
is it's so lots of glues have some plastic in them, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is actually pH neutral, which means you can use it for like bookbinding and stuff, and it won't turn the paper yellow.
Oh, okay. So is that a paper glue or because
Yes, it's really good for paper. It's I got it for bookmaking.
for
Okay, so
bookbinding? Okay.
now these glues, I love these. The glossy accents
Glossy accent. Uh-huh.
because it's a little bit like resin, where it gives it kind of like a domed look. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
what's the difference between E6000 and E7000? I don't know. Sorry. I feel like I just
I've
like
never
fell
heard these
down on it.
7,000.
Yeah, I feel like I just
Yeah.
disappointed a lot of people, but anyways, glossy accents I
Hmm.
think are cool. So what's your favorite glue?
My favorite glue, I have a couple, but I've always liked art glitter glue because of the
Hmm.
really narrow tip,
Uh-huh.
which is a pain in the butt, to clean. But I find that when I'm making like a keychain where I have to glue the two pieces of faux leather together, I like that precision tip.
Hmm.
But then for a while it was hard to find the art glitter glue.
Yeah,
So
like
then
I
I
tried to
switched
order
to
it.
Barely. Yeah, then
Hmm.
I switched to the Barely art glue, and it has that same fine nozzle, but still a pain in the butt to clean. But I like that precision thing. And then lately, when I need, like if I'm doing a keychain that, like my camper keychain from our event, I didn't need a precision tip, so I use some Beacon fabric adhesive, and I really like that too. So my little fox about, because I'm seeing questions
Yeah.
about faux leather, is when you're gluing, like when I'm gluing the two parts of, yeah, that one. Well, actually, wait, it looks like that, but it says, I don't have it down here, but it says, I think fabric adhesive or something.
I think I had that one in my Amazon cart cuz I buy glue when I need cheering up.
Oh boy. All right. All right. Team Glue Geeks, this is your appointed leader, okay? Just just letting you know where we're going with this. But so when I glue faux leather, I find that it's less about the glue, but it's more about putting it under something heavy and flat for several hours and to get that really nice bond. So it's
Okay.
not like, oh, which glue is best. It's more about that important step, at least for what I glue.
Huh. So
Look,
really, I mean, because you really do you just use faux leather like right now? Are you using paper
pretty
for anything?
pretty much, not really. I mean, I've done a couple paper things, but it's just not really my go-to.
Yeah,
Kathy
Beacon
says
Beacon
I'm a
has a
closet
gem
geek.
tack too. Like so,
Yeah,
someone
that's
mentioned that.
true.
Yeah, I've seen lots of people using that for the rhinestone stuff.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'd be interested in finding out more about that. Our friend Michelle
Yeah, that.
from Weekend Craft is I think she does a lot of videos with Beacon stuff. So
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah.
she does. But I like that stuff. Let's see. I was using Quick Hold for faux leather, but can I use you the Barely art? Yeah, that's what I've been using lately for small things that I want to glue together. And then for big things that I want to glue together, I've been using that Beacon fabric adhesive. And again, whatever glue you're using, if it's faux leather, you want to get that edge nice and smooth. So you want to press it under something heavy to get it really nice and pressed together all the way to the edge.
Oh, that's a good tip. Yeah, one thing with
Yeah.
glues that people don't realize is that a lot of times what you have to do is like when you glue something together, you just do the lines. And so you really have to kind of almost smush it together and then apply
Hmm.
pressure, and then that helps seal it so that there
Hmm.
isn't the air bonds and so it's a good idea to kind of smooth it like smooth it around a little bit so that and
Hmm.
then just even wiggle it a little.
Yeah. And I find that it takes practice to get it really close to the edge, but not all the way to the edge, so that when you
Mm,
press it, you get just the right amount of like seepage to the edges.
mm-hmm.
I can't believe I'm talking about glue. Okay.
I
I'm
love
talking
it.
about glue. Let's see.
She went there.
Oh goodness. Okay. Let's see.
Oh,
Where Sonia,
look
I
at
got the Beacon glue from Amazon. I don't have the bottle. I would ask Olivia to bring
that's
it,
where
but
I
she's
got it too.
homesick, so I don't
I
want to bother
actually,
her.
but I think I saw it at Michael's too. But I got it off
Hmm.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon's just so
So I
easy.
I had a question for you
Yeah.
since we're talking about adhesives, and I actually have it here because Amazon just delivered it. So I bought some of this Dimensional Magic, which I
Hmm.
think you've used before. Why can't you
From
see
Mod
it?
Podge.
Yes.
Hmm. Yes,
I
I
don't know
have
why you
used it.
can't see it. Okay.
No, I can see it.
So So I did that video a while back on how to make the stud earrings. So I
Hmm.
bought like the stud findings and then I showed people how to make either cut with your Cricut or with a hole punch, a 12 millimeter hole punch, how to put the faux leather in the studs. But I got so many comments, people want to know how to put photos in the
Really?
studs. So yeah, so I'm going to make a video on how to do that. So I was trying to decide what to show them to put on top. So I
Hmm.
didn't know if this would be something good to put on
That is
top of a
actually
photo
that is actually
in
probably,
a
if I was to
stud
make
setting.
a choice, I would use that one.
Yeah.
Or and it might be out. It's not here in my bin. For shame. Otherwise, what I like to use, so I like to use that one, but I also use, oh, and it's over there. I see it now. Diamond glaze. So both of those two, I think, would probably, or the glossy accents. Those three things,
Mm-hmm.
I think, are probably good choices. And what you do is you can, um, if it's, so it used to be like with inkjet, you would actually have to seal the image before you put the
Right.
glue on top. But I don't know that
Uh-huh.
you need to, you'll have to check that out. But you put a little bit of glue and you would seal it with like Mod Podge or Mod Podge.
Mm-hmm.
I keep wanting to say Mod Podge, which is like a thing for
Everyone
the
does.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone does.
But then, yeah, the cool thing about what you've got, the dimensional magic or the glossy accents
Mm-hmm.
or the diamond glaze, is that they do dome, which
Mm-hmm.
is
Which
really
is nice.
nicely,
Yeah.
and they're clear.
Yeah. So in the video, I've had this video planned for a really long time. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. But I'm going to show them. I don't print the photos. Like I made those little stud earrings for all the baseball moms on our team. And the way I did them, because you can glue, I forgot to mention this part. It would be gluing the glass cabochon on top. So you
Oh,
need
okay. So you
something
don't need
like
the
this.
doming.
Well, I
Yes, that's
guess you could
clear.
you could do the doming, right? Or if people wanted to put the glass cabochon on top, then that would be the other option. But when I printed all the baseball ones, I don't print on the inkjet because I find that the thicker the paper, the better in terms of absorbing the glue. So I actually print them on little 4x6 size photo paper and I
Paper?
send them off to the photo lab. Yeah, and it's like 15 cents a sheet. And I get all these cute little 12 millimeter circles.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And I created a template in Canva for all my little 12 millimeter circles on 4x6 photo paper. And I just send it off, and then it comes back, and it's that nice, thick photo paper that the glue can't seep into, you know?
So how do you cut
So
out the circles?
just with a 12 millimeter hand punch, it's
Mm-hmm.
like a scrapbooking punch.
Yeah, that's what
You
I've
just
used in
kind
the
of line it
past
up.
too. There's like all
Yeah,
kinds of different size punches. And then,
yeah.
yeah.
So it'll be photo paper inside the bezel, and then I want to show them either how to do it without the glass cabochon, so like domed,
Mm-hmm.
and then also attaching the glass cabochon if that's what they want to do. So
Yeah,
you think I
I
should try it with this and see how it goes?
try it. Yeah. I mean, I've
Yeah.
used that before and I like it.
Hmm.
It's very clear. I did, when I was doing a bunch of research for one of my last projects for Craft Fest, I did, like I used the glass cabochons on pendants and I
Hmm.
used the diamond glaze for that. And because that's what was recommended. And I did notice
Hmm.
that even with the diamond glaze, which is very clear,
Hmm.
it still kind of ended up like showing up a little bit between the glass and the object. And so I ended
Hmm.
up having to just put the glue around the edge of the cabochon. And then that
I
actually
see.
worked out. Yeah.
Oh, I
That,
see. So the glue wasn't actually in between.
well, it was
I
a little
gotcha.
bit on the edge because, it smushes, but it wasn't right over the center of
Hmm.
the image. But I know that that got a little bit of a little trickiness there. But
Yeah,
having those,
I got you.
having those little tips like that really do help with detail stuff.
Hmm.
So,
Martha was asking a question. Mats for cutting faux leather. She has a 12 by 24 purple mat. Is the
mhm.
purple mat the only mat I can cut faux leather on? So Martha, sometimes when I'm test cutting and I'm either pressed for time or I'm lazy, which happens a lot, I'll just cut on a nice,
Both.
I'll cut faux leather on a nice green, a new green sticky mat, and it works.
Yep.
Again,
Well,
I'm always
but you
like
also
cutting it
like
smaller.
you're doing videos and you like to have like the pretty mats for that too.
Yeah. Well, also, with the when I'm doing a video, I want to have a nice sticky purple mat because if not, the cut gets messed up, and then
And it's
people
a
think
video.
it's the Cricut. right. And people think it's that the Cricut's not cutting it right, or it's the blade, or whatever the case is. And it's really just that, my mat's not sticky.
Hmm.
But if the green mat is really sticky, you can cut faux leather on that one too.
Something that I do too is on my mat, I will use double stick tape. Like
Mm,
underneath like the piece of faux leather. If I cut faux leather, which I still
yeah.
haven't yet, but I do it for like
Uh-huh.
the metal blanks or for the
Uh-huh.
like the wood blanks that I've used before. But just putting that down on your mat. So
Yeah, that's smart. I
yeah.
do that with when I cut that chunky glitter, I put
Hmm.
down strong grip transfer tape on the mat first, sticky side up, because the glitter cuts face down, and that way all the glitter gets stuck to the transfer tape and not onto your mat.
Yep.
So that's a
That's a
fun
good
trick,
tip.
and that's good for
Look
like,
at all the tips
yeah, like
today.
I know, like faux suede, things that cork, things that shred. I like to
Felt.
do that.
Well, and for
Felt.
my Cricut Adventure workshop, we did wood, engraved wood, and there was a
Hmm.
lot of wood shavings, like or not, like kind
Oh
of
yeah.
debris. So having that transfer
Well,
tape
that's
down
smart.
first is kind of a good idea. Although it did
Hmm.
just rinse off too.
Oh, well, that's good. I washed one of my purple mats for the first time. I've always read about washing the mats, but I've never done it. And I had a nice new mat that I got some schmutz on because it fell on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And dog and a cat and all that stuff. So I went to wash the mat and it actually worked. I was
You just
shocked.
rinse it off, or did you actually
I
like?
used I put like some Dawn, just regular or
Mm-hmm.
palm olive or whatever we use to wash the dishes, and then I used a scrubby from the kitchen, like a new one, and I
Mm-hmm.
just scraped it off. And it's
See, I
sticky again. I was amazed at how it got
and then you
sticky
had like
again.
kind of let it air dry and stuff, right?
Yeah, I have it hanging in my laundry room.
Yep, smart.
Yep. Yeah, I was very excited. I've never tried that.
I've tried it before, but I kind of scrubbed a little too hard, and then like some of the adhesive came off the mat.
Oh yeah, that's kind of you got to be careful with that.
Well, and I think I tried scraping it. I was a little too aggressive, we'll just say that.
Hmm.
But when I do
I
just
think it's
rinse it off, it works pretty good.
oh well, that
Mm.
yeah. I heard something fall in the craft room, and I asked my kids, "What was that?" And they're like, "We don't know." And I went in the my craft room, and there was a nice brand new purple mat with no clear cover, face down on the floor, and there's schmutz everywhere.
And you're like,
So
no.
yes, exactly.
Every
So I
once in a
said, "Darn
while,
it."
things just fall arbitrarily in here because I have things kind of just
Mm-hmm.
stacked. And it's like the dog freaks out because it thinks somebody's in the house. I'm like, no, no.
Aw,
Something in my craft room fell. So, anyways,
that's
that was
fine.
my glue adhesives. So,
I love
um,
your glue adhesives. That was fun.
yeah. Let's see here.
Hmm.
So, anyways, what else? So
Jen,
you're
Melinda
somebody have a
has a
question?
question for you. Yeah, can I read it to you and you can answer it?
Yes.
Oh, a couple of questions.
Oh, really? I didn't even
Kim's
see.
asking, yeah, Kim's asking when you engrave the spatulas, do you tape the spatula?
I don't tape
With the
underneath the
double.
scratch because actually that's like a tip that I've kind of figured out later. But I actually probably I would because and then also put the blue tape around it. But when I put the blue tape down, I really try to press it to the side because the problem with engraving is shifting. And so the tape underneath the added, if you like put it in an X, like the double stick tape,
Hmm.
that really helps it from shifting, pressing down really well, even using a brayer in your metal
Hmm.
blanks so that it sticks to the strong grip mat, helps shift with
Hmm.
shifting. And then when you put the blue tape on, tape it all the way around and then press it against the edges. And then that
Hmm.
helps with the shifting. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And then Melinda was asking, do you dedicate a purple mat to engraving after doing wood because of the shaving? So do you like separate your
You
purple
know,
mats?
I don't. I'm bad at that. So what I have done is, I mean, I guess I kind of did it without thinking about it. So I rinsed it off and stuff. I don't know. I have like a ton of purple mats because I use them for everything. So
Hmm.
I think I'm not, you guys, I'm not the most organized person, which is why I have basically a dump bin for my adhesives instead of, so yeah, I mean, I like to think that I am, but I'm not. So I have my mats hanging without their sheer protective. It's a little living on the edge. So that's probably why I have
Yeah.
to use tape so much to kind of keep things from shifting because I don't keep my mats super.
Yeah.
clean.
Something I show a lot, like when I do my my weekly earrings club videos, I show them how I'll drag, the shape instead of from cutting in the top left corner all the time, I drag
Hmm.
it to other places on the mat. And I always remind people about that tip because
And
it's a
that's
good way
actually,
to get,
yeah, and that's actually really
more
important
life
with
out of your.
engraving,
Hmm.
especially because, well, engraving any size blank, it helps to do it in the middle. And I'm not really sure entirely why, except that there's just different, like the pressure's more even, I guess. I'm
Hmm.
not sure. I guess,
That's
um,
interesting.
yeah, but I usually kind of have it towards the middle for engraving smaller things. And then of course, for engraving anything with a handle, you're engraving at the bottom of the mat so that the handle doesn't go through the machine because it won't go under the
Right.
rollers.
Right.
So
That's so
placement
cool.
matters.
Yes, placement matters. Yeah, Kathy's saying you can add strong grip transfer tape onto the mat to keep it clean. That's true.
Yes, so
I
you
love that.
can. And like I said, with the wooden shavings, what I did do is I just took it and rinsed it and then gently brushed them off. And that seemed to like do it.
Hmm.
Because they weren't stuck down, they were just kind of laying on top. So
Yeah, like the dog hair.
yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I get is my hair in my videos all the time. I'm like doing
Mm,
something. I'm like, crap, there's my hair again on the mat.
that's funny.
Yeah, it's premenopause.
So, what else you got going on? What are you doing this week?
Well, like I said, I was kind of like feeling a little like, um, I don't know. So I actually go through, where I'm kind of up and then down and then up and then down. We're going to call that bipolar. But
Hmm.
anyways, so after like the crafting adventure, I was, and I say bipolar in quotes to be funny because I really am. But after the cricket crafting adventure, I put so much time and energy and just focus, and I was like hyper focused. And so now afterwards, we knew I was going to have a little bit of a low, but
Mm.
and it has just been a little bit of a low. It hasn't been a ton, which is good. But it's just hard for me to kind of be going full force and then kind of back off because I don't want a full stop. So I just kind of have to back off a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to get a video done for a friend and for her event. And it's just like so hard for me to switch gears right now. So yesterday I stopped and my son's graduating this year. So I made custom return address stickers with his little picture on it. Plus, I
Yay.
designed the cards, and then I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, okay, so I still have stuff to do for this, project that's like looming. And so then I was like, okay, so I don't really want to do the project. So, oh, look, I think we need little like stickers that go on the back of the envelopes too that match and say you're invited. So I made stickers. And then I was feeling like so much better this morning, so I was able to get up and start writing out that script and stuff a little
Hmm.
bit more. And yeah, it's actually going to be a
Oh,
really
that's
good
good.
presentation. It's going
Yeah.
to be how to create a brand using Procreate and Canva. So coming in June,
Oh,
people.
which is basically what you did for our event, right? Because
It
I
is.
know I've said this before. Jen was in charge of all of our branding. Every image, every graphic, every color choice, every font, like everything was her. It was
Yep.
amazing.
It
And
was.
not only did she do it all, she hand drew everything, which was incredible. And then you had these processes for duplicating and
Yep.
repurposing and resizing. So that was really, really clever.
And that's actually what I'm going to be showing in this. So actually, I mean, it sounds fancy to say brand kit. And did I have to tell
Hmm.
you what a brand, how to make a brand? No, I don't think I did. I think you already knew.
Who, me?
Hmm.
I have one with my colors on my fonts and stuff like
Right.
that.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was explaining it to somebody else. I forget who. But
Yeah.
it's
But
like,
I
it
love that.
sounds,
It's super helpful.
well, and it sounds fancy, brand kit.
Yeah.
But really, it's just the logo, the colors, and the fonts that you're going to use. And you just make it easily accessible. And then, so I
Hmm.
do it for products. I even did it for my son's graduation announcements and things, just
Oh, you're
because
so funny.
I did a Facebook event and then I did the invites. And so now I'll go ahead and use that for some of the decorations as well. And then everything will
Hmm.
seem effortlessly kind of combined without me really
I
trying
love that.
to do it.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. You know what I
yeah.
did for my son's graduation? I went
What
on
did you do?
Shutterfly.
What?
Went on Shutterfly. Click, click, click. I designed two like little versions for him of his announcement. He didn't
Uh-huh.
like either of them. He sat at my desk and he said, I like that one. And it had one photo. And he said, I want this photo from his senior shoot. And I dragged it in.
And that was
We
it.
changed the text. And then I added it to the cart. And then it says, do you want to add return address labels? And I was like, yes,
Okay.
done.
So I have to say that what I did was a little bit more advanced than that.
Hmm.
But again, keep in mind that I was trying to like avoid other things, and so I actually plus I get a little bit like quirky, right? So I like look at these different ones and they look great, but I wanted something to really express his personality. So I wanted it to
Hmm.
have um, like so he was a theater, like that's what he did, a lot of theater in high school, and so I wanted it to
Hmm.
have theater elements, and I wanted it to show like how he's always like into like the video stuff. So it has like a little bit. Anyway, so I ended up. I don't think I have one here, but I
Oh,
could post
bummer,
the
because it's
picture.
so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to post a picture. Everyone's saying how incredible your branding was for our event.
Well, that's very sweet of them to say. And
Yep.
so,
And I'm sure everyone's wondering what the heck I did. I did the boring stuff.
no,
The
you
boring
did all the
stuff that no one
words.
else wants to do.
You did the
Yeah, I did
stuff
like
that
the
makes
words and the numbers.
the stuff that made my brain like wither and die. That's what you did.
Yeah. Oh, that's why we're a good team.
It is. Yep.
But
So I'm
yeah,
like
branding
the
is
easy stuff, and then I'm like Amy.
yeah. I told Jen that she could, put together like branding kits for people that put on events like ours, and she could make them in different themes and make them in Canva, and then people just pop in the things. But she's like, no, I'm only branding for my own event,
Yep. It was a lot of work,
which it was a lot of work.
but I have
Yeah.
to say, Canva makes it so much easier. And so that's why I'm really excited to do. I mean, I am excited to do this video, which is why it's ridiculous that I've been dragging my heels on it. But
Yeah.
sometimes you get like this sense that you want things to be perfect, and it's
Hmm.
at some point you have to call done. And if it's
Right.
not, and then you don't get to like make it more perfect. So
Right.
anyways.
Something that's really helped me when I get in a funk is like now I have my earrings club and I'm committed every single week, 52 weeks this year. I'm delivering two brand new designs and a video to my people on Mondays. So it's helped me like get out of that thing where it's been a while since you've made a YouTube video and then you feel weird about making a video and you kind of forget all the things. That's
I have
helped
to
me
say,
just
if you,
sort of,
yeah, if you
like
stay
I have to do
consistent,
it. Right.
then it's
Right.
not as hard to
It's
keep
like,
doing it.
right. It's not as hard to keep doing it. And then, sometimes like the project is pretty simple, so they're easy and they're quick. So
Yep.
that's been helpful to me in terms of not like totally falling off the wagon. But of course, if you look at my YouTube channel, I haven't posted any new YouTube videos because all my club videos are exclusive to the club. So,
I know that's
there's
driving
that.
you nuts.
It is. It is. I'm working on it. I got some
But honestly,
things I'm working on.
I mean, it's hard to like, so you have a product like that where you want everybody in it to have like special access and special benefits. Um, so, I mean, I can see where that's like a priority for you.
Yeah. Well, what I did this last week. Let me show you what I did last week. Did I show you? These were so cute. I did honeybees. I did
Oh, you did
honeybees and
show,
honeycombs.
I
Remember I
saw
was
these.
telling you?
Are those not
Yeah.
the
So aren't they
cutest things
cute?
in the entire
I
world?
guess I gotta go this way. Yeah. So
So
anyway,
that's, keep going.
so we were talking about how bees are everywhere. So this video that I did for the bees this past week, I finally got smart. This is like week 17 of the Earrings Club. When I filmed the video, I filmed it with the idea that it would go on YouTube. And so I filmed it less like a club video because usually I'm chatting and I know you girls love, because they post their work in our Facebook group. And, I'm like, oh, I know you girls love to try and cut this difficult material. But I was not chatting. I was just making it more like a YouTube video. And then I recorded I recorded alternate scenes. So when I was showing them how to get the SVG, I recorded two versions of that. So one is for club members and one
Mm,
is for people getting it from YouTube. So in the club, I promised that the designs would be exclusive for 2 months. So some
okay.
things like if it's St. Patrick's Day, in 2 months, I'm not going to post it on YouTube because now it's May. But
Right.
something like that, the bees, I could post in 2 months and it's the summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a summer design. So that's what I'm going to start doing is when I film the weekly video, film a easy way to make it a YouTube video.
So I just noticed that Kelly from Let's Get Clacking, she's a friend of ours who has a amazing,
Kelly's here?
yeah. So
Yay.
she was one of our speakers for the Cricut Crafting Adventure. She says she's loving bees right now too. So I feel like this might be. I mean, it's been a trend for a while because, like, look at I've been doing bees too.
Yeah.
So
That's what made me think about doing the bees.
oh, so really, it's not so much a trend right now as me.
Well, I had drawn them and I had them for a while. But when I saw yours, I was like, yeah. And then everywhere in social media, there's bees everywhere. Kelly, have you done any bees? She says she's obsessed with bees at the moment. Yeah, so anyway,
Okay, so
I don't know.
I actually just to like interrupt, but we actually have a guest that we're gonna try to bring on today. So
Ooh.
yes. Now, when I say try, what I'm going to say, so what I'm thinking is that, we actually haven't tested this with 3 people. So it may or may not work. If it works, this is history, people. If
Okay.
not, you know, but Emily is actually one of my, she's one of our really, really, really good friends. She's Emily of Emily
Mm-hmm.
Minor DIY. So it's Emily Minor of Minor DIY. And I'll let her introduce herself a little bit maybe. But she's actually going to be co hosting next week because Amy has an appointment. So
I have
next
an eye
Wednesday.
doctor appointment. I can't see so well anymore up close, so I have to go to the eye doctor.
Well, and haven't you rescheduled it a few times already?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And today I was like telling my dog because she's homesick, can you read this? Because I can't read this.
She's
So,
like, get thee to the eye doctor.
yes.
So Emily is, let's see, let's try to add Emily here. Emily is going to be a great person to talk with. Hey, you're live.
Hey, it worked.
Oh,
Oh my
it's
gosh, we did it.
kind of, yeah.
Yay.
Oh, she's getting a little bit of staticky there.
Let's see. Where's her microphone? Maybe it's touching her shirt. Where's your
Can you
mic,
hear
Em?
me?
Yeah, it's kind of
We
staticky
You
can,
though.
can't hear me?
No.
we can hear you, but it's staticky. Like sometimes the microphone rubs.
Oh, now we can't hear you. Nope. All right. So we'll have M kind of figure that out for a second. Um, yeah, we're not hearing you.
This is pretty cool though. I like this setup.
Yeah. Oh, so she's gonna try it. Come back. Okay. So,
Okay.
anyways, once again, it could have worked. It could have not worked, but but so Emily is
We'll,
gonna
we'll,
co-
we'll get it figured out.
It will. Okay, so Emily is the like best card maker I think I know because she does like these insanely awesome cards that are not just like well, I mean, she does really great cards, but they're always like something special or different or cool, and they're always just a little bit extra, which Emily's
Tell
extra.
tell everyone tell everyone what she made for our event because everyone will remember what she made for our event.
So Emily made a. Okay, so this is like how the process works. She's like, "Oh, I'll make something travel. Oh, I love travel." And then like 2 months later, because it takes her a while. Okay, she's trying. We'll see if she can join us again.
So I'll tell you what Emily made. Emily made a suitcase explosion photo box. So it looked like a suitcase, and when you took off the top, there was photos inside. It was so amazing. So you probably remember that if you were a part of our Cricut crafting adventure.
All right, let's see if it works.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yay!
that's
Sorry,
good.
those darn Bluetooth headphones.
Oh, is that you think what it
That's
was?
good.
I do think I put it away and I guess it's good now. So, yay.
Oh
Yay!
look, and she's wearing the uniform, the short sleeve solid V-neck t-shirt.
Uh,
Thank you,
Yeah,
Emily.
yeah,
Jennifer did not
V-necks
get the
are.
message.
yep, and she's in her craft room, which I think is one of the coolest craft rooms that I've seen.
She has a really cool craft room. She keeps inviting us to go visit her and do like a crafting retreat, which I totally want to do. She she's a very cool space and like a big guest house, right, Em? Like a big
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep, I have an
that's awesome.
Airbnb on our property. So I have
Does it?
been thinking of doing crafting retreats for everybody.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
that'd be
love that
really
idea.
fun.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
fun.
Well, it's
We'll
even
test
like
it out
a.
for you.
Amy's like, woohoo. Yeah, Amy's been talking about maybe doing in-person retreats at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I think a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
think that.
people like they miss the contact, right? Like after COVID, I feel like nothing's been the same. And
Hmm.
granted, I moved
Yeah.
country, so
So
my
you feel the need to connect because yeah, you were living in a big city before.
yes, and we were living downtown and by the school, and like everyone just stopped and saw us all the time.
Look, she's got her
Hmm.
cricket crafting. I had mine, but
Of
then I
course she
like
does.
didn't this morning. But
Yeah,
she
I went
does.
to Starbucks for Olivia. Oh,
So
Kelly wants to be on our crafting retreat. Yes, come. Let's do it. I think that'd be so fun.
so Kelly's in South. I think it's South Africa. So it would be a little bit of
Yeah,
a hike for her.
it would, but
Well,
you know.
we're in the Black Hills or on the foothills, so like Mount Rushmore is about an hour away. You have the Badlands, you have Devil's Tower in Wyoming's about an hour away. So like it's actually
Yeah.
you know a tourist destination sometimes.
Well, it's
Hmm.
Spearfish area, right?
Yep, spearfish
Which
exactly.
is I think it's my favorite part of the state. It's just gorgeous there.
Yep, little town, big arts and crafts festival
Yeah,
in the summer. Yep.
fun. So
That's pretty
Emily,
cool.
I was just telling everybody how you're like probably my favorite card maker either ever too. You do some really amazing cards.
Yeah,
What?
and 3D paper crafting, just incredible, incredible stuff.
So
So
you
So
guys
we
want to
love
see
you.
what I?
so what?
Yeah, show us.
I have
Yeah.
something special, and next week it'll all be done. But I have been working on something that people can make for the graduation, but combined with their suitcase.
Okay.
And see that
Okay.
little box? It'll
Yeah, it
fit
does
in
look like
this
the
Okay.
binder.
suitcase size.
And then you pull this out. And I don't have this one done. I'll show you my other one. And it is a giant film strip of photos.
No way.
Oh, look at how
Yeah,
cute that is.
How did you get the photos
so
that little size? Are they like stickers? Photo
they are
stickers?
print and cut, but you could
Oh.
totally do it your way too, Amy, and
Mm-hmm.
just make them the exact size, either in Canva or in like Photoshop or
Mm-hmm.
whatever design program you're good
Uh-huh.
with. Have them printed out. So
Oh, that is
yeah.
so cool. I love
And
that.
the other thing, I don't know if a lot of your people saw the like explosion boxes. Like I did the birthday
Uh-huh.
explosion box in Craft Fest.
Uh-huh.
So now I have a graduation hat and a few other elements and stuff that you can put on any explosion box.
So they just lift the
I
cap and
Yep.
and it explodes.
Yep.
And it has
Yep.
photos inside.
when we say explode, we mean
That's
like the
Pretty.
tops, like it really does just open up. Like the sides come
Right.
down and it just
Falls down.
yeah. I
Yeah.
always think that's so cool. It's like such a like it's such a presentation.
Yes.
Yeah. And
It's fun.
it took you a while to figure that out, right, Emily? Because a lot of boxes, when you take the top off, they're supposed to explode, but they just kind of, sit there and you have to manually push down the sides, and that's not as exciting. So yours
Yeah.
actually open, which is really cool.
Yep. Yep. There's a few secrets to it. The paper, and it
Uh-huh.
took a while to find out what paper it is, but like you can buy it at Walmart. So
Hmm.
it's nothing fancy, but and
Yeah.
the scoring and a little bit of weight and the
Mm-hmm.
boosters. So
You do what?
Oh,
all
the boosters. There's boosters,
yep, they're
Jen.
called
It's
I call them
fancy. There's
boosters.
boosters.
What's a booster?
Because
Boosters.
well, a lot of the explosion boxes have several layers, right? So like
Hmm.
you can put in gift cards and you can put in all those envelopes and all this and this and this. So they start getting quite thick. And then
Hmm.
when all
Mm-hmm.
the layers go on, like they're just like stacked up on top of each other.
Hmm.
But if you lift the bottom up a little bit, it can fall flat instead
Oh.
of that bit of piling
Oh.
on, especially in the middle boxes. So
Oh. Oh
Oh.
my gosh, that's so clever.
So
See? That's
where
way
would
clever.
somebody like find your information on this?
On my website, minearediy.com. I believe there is a link for the explosion boxes right in the top menu.
Okay, cool.
And that's all free. I mentioned all of it at, the craft fest where I did the explosion boxes and this and that too. And of course I have an entire workshop on it.
Do you? Okay, I said that like I don't know, but I do know because I love this.
You do know.
I think it's so awesome.
It's fun. Yeah.
Sorry. True transparency.
Yeah, so easiest way, go to the website. Like I have a holiday explosion box, and I'm trying to think of what other ones. I have a heart explosion box, and there's a few of them. So
yep. Yeah, I just amazed every single time. So
yeah, for sure.
So next week, actually this week. Oh, my mom wants to make it. She's just popped on.
Yeah,
Hi, Mom.
So she's actually coming to visit pretty soon. So I thought we would do some stuff like this. And one of the things I wanted to do was one of your explosion boxes. But
Absolutely.
Next week, we're going to have a challenge here because we like to do like a challenge every week. So we're trying to kind of get that started. And so the challenge is going to be, let's see, how do we want to say it? Like a momuation challenge, mom and grad instead of, I don't know, mom and dad. I don't know. But basically what we're thinking is that cards are like kind of a good like thing right now because of Mother's Day and graduation. And so we thought we would put a challenge you guys to go ahead and make a card. So some of you may not, some kind of spring occasion card. So you don't have to do Mother's Day. You don't have to do graduation if those aren't appropriate for you. But we'd love to see your Mother's Day and your graduation cards in the challenge.
All right.
So
Emily, that sounds fun.
Emily has do you have cards for graduation or Mother's Day?
I have several non-traditional Mother's Day cards because, Mother's Day can be really hard for people. So I actually don't have any cards that say Happy Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. They all say things like, I'm sure this day might be emotional and complicated and hard for you. And I just want to let you know that I love you and you're awesome.
Well, there are a lot of Mother's Day cards in Cricut Access. And there's a lot of other, and I know some of our other friends have like the more traditional Mother's Day. So I love that you have those other options for us too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Emily, do you want to tell us about the Cricut Card Summit you're going to be presenting in May?
Sure. I think I actually have
What's your project for that?
One sec. It's right here. I know.
All right.
Yeah. So
we didn't warn her about this.
But I mean, I have my stuff all over. It's not put away. So as you know, I love paper crafts and cards and photos. So I made an easel card. And so it folds flat so you can mail it just in an invitation envelope. And then you can write on the inside personal message, and then it just will stand up so you can put it like on your mantle or on your shelf or wherever.
I think that is so cute and just so clever.
That is super cute.
Yeah. For like a graduation photo though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
Class of this.
Yep.
Whatever. So.
Yeah.
This is how our group. This is how our little blogger group goes. Someone's like, "Oh, here's what I'm doing," and then someone else is like, "Oh, you could do this," and then, "Oh, you could do this," and then it's very
cool. Oh, it'd be good for this, and it's perfect.
Yeah. It also helps keep us accountable too, because sometimes we'll say, like, Jen's the taskmaster in our group, and she'll be like, okay,
which nobody will believe.
I know, which is really funny. We'll all just be chatting, and she's like, okay, so let's get to it. What are you working on this week? And then, you kind of have to say what you're working on. And then next week, you kind of need to have it done, or a really good reason why you didn't get it done. Because you're going to talk about it again. So,
well, accountability, guys. That's like the best thing we need. Like, that's what we all need.
Yes, me too.
So that's actually
all scrolls.
Well, accountability and deadlines. And that's why I think these challenges could be really fun And so what
Yeah.
I'm going to do is post in the Facebook group for Cricut Crafting Adventure, make a post for it, and then people can go ahead in that post and like show us what they've made. So if you've made something in the past, that's fine. But if you'd like to use this as a kind of as a prompt or a deadline or a reason to do something cool, then do that.
Right.
So, right.
So Kathy says, which I totally get, that her mom and her mother-in-law have both passed and she doesn't have any grads in her life. So, do you want to just, when you make the Facebook post, make sure that it can be any springtime occasion card?
Yeah.
Flowers, spring, anything, gardening, like whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking kind
Friendship.
of like a spring occasion of some sort. Like
Yeah.
just maybe just like a spring theme. But then, I was thinking like really, because I was trying to think of clever names. So that's where the momuation. So I'm wondering if there's like a mominuation, but then we're getting a little funky.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think
Maybe-
springtime occasion.
okay, we'll just go with springtime occasion card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna be happy if anyone decides like, okay, I'm motivated, I'm gonna make a card. And whatever the card is, you're gonna make a card and
Okay. So really it's
springy's awesome.
all right, spring card. There we go.
Yeah. Or Kathy, you can make yourself something as in a little like memorial to your mom. And, why not? But for yourself, like,
Yeah. I love that idea. Yeah.
I have to say that crafting with photos really is emotional for me in, a really good way.
Yeah. It's special,
Yeah.
right? And,
Yeah.
like, why do we always have to make something for someone else too? Like you can, easily just make a little,
That's true.
If you were at the last craft fest, I did the fold out, the mantle card. Like that was a wonderful memorial for, you could even
Yeah,
put
I love that idea.
green flowers on it or whatever to remember the happy times.
Yeah. And even like if you don't have kids but you have pets and those are your babies, you could do like a dog mom card or a cat mom card or something like that.
So really the only limitations we have on this is it's a card. And you should do it in the next week, hopefully.
Well, it's a card and we can make some suggested themes, right? Some suggested themes, but I don't want someone to not make a card or not accept the challenge because they don't fit into those themes. You know what?
Well,
We want it to be
right. The point of
open.
the challenge is actually just to give you a reason, an excuse, and a deadline. So that if you choose to do this, because it is optional, if you choose to do this, it gives you that kind of accountability to create, which I feel like is something that I personally need a lot of the time. So it's in that focus. It gives me a way to something to focus on, because often squirrel, I'm here and here and here and here and here, and by actually having a reason to it actually focuses me.
Yeah.
So it's
And
a
look,
good thing
so
to have.
Kathy already thought of an idea. She said, I was thinking maybe for my friend, since she's still struggling with the loss of her mother. That's a great idea.
Yes.
So it's a card and it's sort of mom at graduation anniversary, whatever you said. It fits the theme.
We're getting a little Frankenstein there, huh?
Jen loves to take two words and make a third word. That's like one of her hobbies is making words.
I have to say, one of my favorite lately was skrilling. It's like scared thrilling. So it's the word. It's like describes that feeling you get when you're scared, but you're thrilled. Like doing the Cricut adventure was skrilling. So, but sometimes I was more scared, and then I was more thrilled, and then I was more thrilled, then more scared. So,
It's cute.
So.
I like it when you do the fun
all
words.
right. So Emily's going to join us next week. I think we're just about, the hour is almost up. So let's see. Do we have any other questions? Oh, my mom's going to make a memorial card for her mom.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I love that.
Yeah. I have a friend who a month ago lost her 9-year-old. So I'm trying to think of something really special to make for her.
That would be so difficult, but I mean, wonderful of you, because I think a lot of us would probably just not know even where to start with that. So
Yeah. Well, no one does. I mean,
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I those first holidays are hard, and Mother's Day, like,
Oh,
how awful, right?
Yeah.
These are hard.
So as a crafter, you know, you put your heart in artist or whatever, you put your heart and soul into what you make. So I feel like we're actually in a really good position to be the person to kind of reach out in those situations too.
Yeah, I agree.
Emily helps with that. She has some great cards that are, what do you call them, Em?
Cards for super sucky situations.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. I like that you do that.
I like that too.
My readers called me like, "Oh, you're my go-to for non-Hallmark cards."
And
I'm like, yep, not flowers and
that's
butterflies and whatever.
Yep. So next week maybe we can actually see some of those cards. That would be really good.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Okay.
So last thing, sorry. So Kathy's asking, where does she put a picture of her card? So you'll go in our Cricut Crafting Adventure Facebook group and you'll look for Jen's post with the challenge for the week, and then you'll post it as a comment in that thread.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So let's see. I think that was pretty much everything. You guys, Emily, and thank you for joining us. I told her, I think it was 20 minutes before we went live. I'm like, hey, do you want to do this today? And she's like, I'm in the shower. Or no, you were just getting out of the shower. So thank you for doing this.
In the shower.
Oh, okay.
Yay, I did it.
Yep, it worked.
Thank you, Em, and thank you for filling in for me next week so I can go to the eye doctor and get my new contacts.
Yay.
All right.
All right. Looking forward to next week. See you guys.
Yeah. Oops.
Yay.
I cut her off. Obviously not skilled at this yet. Sorry,
That's all right. You're learning. It's good. You're good.
Okay. Oh, so anyways, I think that's probably what we've got, right, for today?
Yeah.
We got my crazy obsession with adhesives. We've got the challenge. Anything else?
Yeah. I don't think so. Next week we should talk about sub camp because that's coming up. It starts next Thursday.
Yep.
We should talk about sub camp, and we should also talk about the card summit that Emily's speaking in.
Yes.
And yes, and probably that.
Our friend Lucy has also got a card. Does anybody else we know have a card in the card summit too?
We know quite a few people. Sarah Edwards has a card.
Natalie.
Shelley has a card. Natalie has a card. Yeah, we have a lot of friends with cards.
So maybe next week we can have a picture of Lucy's as well. That would be good.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, hers is pretty amazing. It's a pop-up card, which I think are always incredible.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Okay.
Well, awesome.
Well,
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thrilled that everybody did it. And yeah, we had a lot of hits and tips and tricks and stuff. Oh, Melinda wanted to ask about my engraving book, but so maybe I can. So you can actually get to that on my blog at willcraftedstudio.com. And rather than explain it here, it's for the Cricut Maker. I actually have a whole info page on it that you can go ahead and it explains and it gives like some sneak peeks of what's inside the book. But it's a really good book, and it has actually some great projects in it for Mother's Day. Like there's how to engrave little fingerprints on charms, or so you could have your kids like actually ink their fingerprints, and then we take a picture, and then we can engrave it. Otherwise, there's also how to do a signature, like engrave a signature, which I think is great too. I did that with my grandma's handwriting. So, yeah,
that is great. Those are great Mother's Day projects, like you're saying. I love that. I
kind of forgot I had them. So
Kelly said she's going to make a card too. That's awesome.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yes. So I guess maybe we need like a sign off. But anyways, you guys, thank you, and we'll see you next week. But not Amy.
Thanks for coming to our adhesive TED Talk.
You're not gonna put it together like adhoc. Adhoc?
No.
All right. See you guys.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.